Hi there, I just sitting here making another video. I just wanted to ask you, and you don't have to give me an answer, but give yourself an answer basically in your own mind and your own heart. Are you harbouring a grudge, or are you harbouring any unforgiveness in your life? I don't say this easily because I know sometimes people feel justified to hold grudges and hold hatred and bitterness. But I know from my own personal experience that the longer you hold on to bitterness and unforgiveness, it takes root in you. And the Bible calls it, but also psychologists actually agree with this. So it's not just a Christian or a religious term. They believe it takes a deep seat in you. And science has actually shown, the American Journal of Medicine have actually said that unforgiveness can make you physically ill. I know people that have suffered with migraines through unforgiveness and things like that. So what are you holding against someone? For me, it was a very long time. I had to just get over some stuff in my own life. Most of you know I've been around the tracks a few times, and my own family life wasn't, let's say it wasn't the best. And I had to forgive my mum because she was severely mentally ill, and it was a very hard childhood I had, and very hard adulthood up until the age of 28 when she died. So I had it quite rough really. I had a lot of stuff and baggage from her, and a lot of physical violence and a lot of other stuff that I won't go into, but quite very hard. So what are you holding on to? And I know for myself, I held on to that for so long, and it made me, sorry about the noise in the background, it made me not a very nice person. It made me become very bitter, and I fell out with a lot of people over it, and it really didn't help me at all. In fact, you holding these grudges and you holding these thoughts in your mind and in your head and in your heart, really, they're destroying you. They're not destroying the other person. And life's really too short to live like that, because you holding that grudge is not affecting that other person, it's affecting you. So I would challenge you today, if you can. Well, I wouldn't say if you can, you must do it really. For your own sake, not for mine or not for the person that you're forgiving. I'm not belittling what you've been through. And that doesn't mean to say you have to have that person or that situation back in your life again. If somebody's wronged you, you don't have to have them back in your life, and you don't have to be friends. But you do have to move on for your own sanity and your own mental and physical well-being. So I challenge you today, seek out what's upset you, seek out what's hurt you, and let it go. And sometimes that's a process. Now, sometimes I'm walking down the street and all of a sudden I say to myself, Mother, I hate you. I really despise you. But then I have to go back to that, and I have to ask the Lord, I choose to let that go. I choose to forgive, and I choose to leave that with you. Now, you might not be religious or a Christian or whatever, and that's your decision. But in your own heart and your own mind, you just say to yourself, look, I let go of that. I relinquish that. I let that go. And gradually it will get easier. And I say the first time I did this, it took me, probably 100 times a day I was doing it. Now I'm probably doing it 2, 3, anything less than 5 now. So it's progress, and it takes time. But I challenge you today to do it for your own sake and your own mental well-being. So take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.